Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 17th. And just one quick thing before I really get to my rant today. I read a brief paragraph about the situation with the pandemic, which is basically over. And now when you go shopping and you go out, the majority of the people wearing a mask is very minor, very small. I would say there's still 10% of the population that goes outside and wears a mask. And I'm happy for those people. If they feel that that's the way to live, it's wonderful. If they're happy and they can do it, that's great. But if you go to a grocery store or you go to an event somewhere, there's not that many people really wearing masks. But where they are continuing to wear masks is in the medical facilities, in the doctor's offices and in the hospitals. They're all still wearing masks. And I think that's a very good idea, that if you go to a medical office or you go to a hospital to visit, or if you're a patient in a hospital, it's good to see these people in masks. It gives you a feeling of security, that they're still worried about our health. And I think the health of people is very, very important. And I wish we would pay more attention to several areas of health. Not only the disease portion of it. The daily health of people is a serious problem, I think. Not everybody can withstand the social environments they live in, the differences in the relationships, the stresses of working. A lot of those things affect living. And it would be a nice thing if a mask could take care of some of those things, but it won't. So I just want to say that I think it's a good idea that in medical facilities they're still taking care to wear their masks and protect the patients and the visitors that go to these medical facilities. And then there was John Durham, who just spent 3 years of special investigations looking into the possibility of the relationship between Trump and the Russians before the 2016 election. And he spent 3 years in mucking around. And he was allowed to have those 3 years because of Bill Barr had appointed him a special counsel. And so when Joe Biden became president, he couldn't get rid of him and he couldn't stop this investigation. The bottom line is he spent 3 years, he sent 2 people to court, and they were acquitted. He got the FBI to change some of their procedures over the years, but basically nothing really else came out of his report. So in my mind, the John Durham Special Counsel event was a big nothing, and so I'm not going to talk about it, because in reviewing it, I found nothing very special about it, except that at some point he was supposed to be an impartial special counsel guy, but he turned out to be very pro-Trump. So I leave you with that this morning. John Durham, 3 years wasted, and I'll move on to some other topic, to another topic now. So now I want to talk about AI. Now, I'm familiar with AI. I was a techie for many, many years, and this has taken over the spotlight in the world of technology right now, because it was found that many college students were writing their essays using AI. And I, in fact, have used AI a couple of times to get some information that I wanted to present to people. And now we have a congressman who made a speech entirely written by AI. And he did that because he came from the world of technology. And he wants that the world of technology shall continue to be a valuable source for running our nation. But it shouldn't be a controlling source. It shouldn't be the do-all and end-all. It should be a tool to help people manage their lives better. That's what this congressman said on TV when they were interviewing him about how he made his chatbot speech. And he said AI is wonderful, but we have to use it properly. It cannot be the controlling force. It should be a helping force, a way to gather information, a way to use information. But it should not be the sole provider of information. information, because as we all know, AI can give you the wrong information. We really should not be so enamored with it that we believe that everything it says is true. And let us also remember, as I wrote to a few people yesterday, that in our world nothing is 100% perfect. In every situation that you come across, where you have to make any kind of decision, there are exceptions. And it's the quality of life depends upon understanding those exceptions and taking them into consideration when one needs to take action. And I am not sure that when you go out and you ask the chatbot to give you something, that they are cognizant as much information as he has. They are not necessarily cognizant of the exceptions that exist in whatever they're telling us. Because for every single situation, and I don't care what it is, there are exceptions. And it's humans that are capable of recognizing the subtle differences that make up the exceptions that can make our life wonderful or totally disastrous. You think about the things that you have had to do in your life and the things that you have had to avoid because you were trying to do something in your life. Many of us have run into situations where if we didn't recognize that there was a downside to whatever we're deciding to do, we failed. We got into miserable situations. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation because of that. And sometimes you recognize it quickly enough to get out of it. And that's what AI is. We cannot accept the fact that AI is perfect, because it isn't. It is a great tool, and like many great tools, it takes expertise to understand its value and to understand its usefulness and to make sure that you use it properly. So right now, the chairman of Chatbot is going to talk to Congress and explain some of these things to Congress and make them understand how AI should be used going forward and to correct things now before they get out of control. Because many recognize the fact that social media started small and now it's a major power in the way people think. And so we have to watch out that that doesn't happen with AI. Have a great day. Bye.